All right, guys, we are back with round one hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Dennis, YCS champion Dennis Nadas on the left playing Hieratic Rulers versus myself on the right playing Sylvans. Dennis is fresh off making top 64 at YCS Bologna, I think that's how you pronounce it, in Italy. He's probably one of the most successful hat players on the channel. He's already won 3 times in hat. Uh, I think he won twice with Hieratic Rulers and once with Mythic Rulers. So we'll see if he can get that. But he did win once in Edison as well, so he's got 4 wins on the channel. We'll see if he can get that 5th win. He goes first, sets a back row, so his hand must not be that great, but let's see how my hand is. So I start off by activating the field spell, the Sylvan field spell, which is effective. You can send a plant-type monster from your hand or face up from your side of the field to put any Sylvan card on top of your deck. So I put the Hermitry on top because my goal is to excavate, and I set a monster. The only monster this deck sets is the red Como Shrumo. So Dennis knows I have Como Shrumo set. So I have 2 ways to excavate the Hermitry. And then here comes Wing Beat, which is basically Heavy Storm for dragons. But you have to return a level 5 or higher dragon from your field to your hand. Now that card does not target. So I chain lands to the Tefnuit. That way it's unaffected by Wing Beat. So he has to return the dragon to his hand in order to destroy all spells and traps. So that land saved me from getting blown out by Wing Beat there. And the Tefnuit's kind of like a Cyber Dragon. If you control the monsters, your opponent controls the monster, you can special summon it. So now he's going to try to Black Rose me. I mean, he's trying to leave me with no cards. Come on, Dennis. Why you got to do me like that? First, you try to Heavy Storm me. Now you're going to Black Rose me? So here comes the Black Rose. But I'm playing Chalice too. So Chalice and Lance both saved me there from getting all my cards blown up. So yeah, Dennis knows my set is the mushroom, so he doesn't want me to excavate the red mushroom, but I'm going to excavate it anyway. So end phase, I'm going to excavate. The field spell has a second effect. During your opponent's end phase, you can excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a plant time monster, it gets excavated. If it's anything else, you can choose to either A, keep it on top, or put it at the bottom of the deck. So the Hermitry, when it's excavated, look at the top 3 cards, rearrange them in any order. So I hit 5, so 2 Sylvans will activate. The rest go to the bottom of the deck. The plants all get excavated. The rest of the cards go to the bottom of the deck. You can also choose to mill 1 through 5 with the mushroom. So I pop his Hermitry with Martial Leaf. Martial Leaf, when it's excavated, you pop a monster your opponent controls. The Princess, when it's excavated, you can special summon it from your graveyard, declare level 1 through 8, it becomes that level. But I think you have to declare it in the graveyard. That's why Dennis is reading it. But he changed Max E, so he's going to draw a card each time I special summon for the rest of the turn. And I poke him for what? Whatever that is, 100. Now I'm going to use the field spells effect to send the mushroom. I mean, it's 100 attack. I might as well get it off the field. To put Sylvan Charity on top. Remember, for Sylvania, you can put any card on top. Any Sylvan monster, spell, or trap. So I upstart into Charity. So I have like no cards. This is not looking good for your boy. Now I'm going to use the Princess Sprout's on-field effect, which is you can tribute itself to excavate the top card of your deck. Then put a Sprout monster on top of your deck, which is itself. I'm doing this that way I guarantee a Sylvan. Because Sylvan Charity's effect is you can draw 3 cards from the top of your deck. Then put 2 back on top with at least one of them being a Sylvan card. So sometimes you miss and you don't hit a single Sylvan. So that's why I did the Princess Sprout effect. Just so I can guarantee draw into Sylvan. Because otherwise you put your entire hand back on top of the deck. And rearrange it in any order. So yeah, I have 2 field spells and 1 back row. Which who knows what that back row is. Now Dennis with the upstart. Upstart number 2. Now, who am I rooting for? I'm fine. If I win, I win. If Dennis wins, he's playing Hieratic, so I would like to see Hieratics do well. Now, I will say this. I think Dennis and I are the only ones who have 3 wins in hat format. Because I've already won 3 times with this deck. I've been in the finals 4 times. I lost the last one, though. All right, so I kept the Curry Bandit on top during Dennis's end phase. But I'm trying to dig for Soul Charge and Miracle Fertilizer. That's why I summoned the Curry Bandit. Oh, he's going to book the Curry Bandit, yes. Curry Bandit's effect is during the turn as normal summon. During your end phase, you can tribute it to escalate top 5 cards of your deck. That's why he Book-a-Mooned it. He's reading Curry Bandit because I'm going to Book-a-Moon it, that way you can't use it. Dennis knows I'm digging for Soul Charge and Curry Bandit. He knows my last card in hand's the field spell. And as far as my back row is, I can't remember what it was. This tournament was... How long ago was this tournament? Almost a week ago. So now Dennis special summons Title from his hand by banishing 2 dragons from his graveyard. Tribute summons Hieratic Sue. Activates Sue's effect. Emptiness. So I could have chained Emptiness to the Title, but I didn't want to because I didn't feel threatened. But now I'm getting cooked. Yeah, I honestly didn't feel threatened by the Title as like... I mean, my hand sucks. It's like my game plan. I mean, I don't know. I have nothing going for me, so maybe I should have chained Emptiness to the Title. But like, we know all my cards. We know my hand is 2 field spells and a face down Curry Bandit. I think one of the reasons I didn't flip it was because I guess I could, looking back, I could have turned off my Emptiness. Yeah, maybe I should have done it. I should have flipped the Emptiness on the Title, then put the field spell on top to turn off in case if I draw into Soul Charge or Miracle Furt. So yeah, I should have just chained the Emptiness there. Now I'm getting punished for not chaining it. All right, now Dennis is going to synchro with Sue. So I want to go over Hieratic Sue. Hieratic Sue has as effect as you contribute a Hieratic monster from your hand or face up from your side of the field to pop a spell or trap card your opponent controls. And all the Hieratics have this effect, or most of them have this effect. When they're tributed in any way, you special summon a dragon normal type monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. That's why he was able to bring out his Flameville Guard and then synchros for Michael. Michael's effect is once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points to banish any card your opponent controls. And you mill 3 during your end phase. Obviously, it's a Lightsworn. So yeah, I used the field spell to send Spore from send Spore from my hand to put Sylvan Chariot on top. I'm just digging for cards. My hand is just really bad. I'm getting cooked right now. The only good news is I'm at 10k, and Dennis's hand seems like it's kind of bad as well, but now he has Title. So if I would have flipped the Emptiness on the Title, I probably would have just passed. Just flipped Curry Bandit, attack him for 1,000. So it would have been the same situation. Actually, I think maybe with Dennis's hand, it would have bought me a few turns. Yeah, but now he's activating Soul Charge. Which Soul Charge's effect is you target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you take 1,000 for each. But yes, looking back, if I flip that Emptiness, I think based on Dennis's hand, what do he have? He had Corseska. Yeah, maybe he couldn't deal with the Emptiness at that point. I would have maybe had a few turns. Okay, lesson learned. All right, so now he's going to pop. Yes, he's using Sue's effect again. Pop my Sylvania, bring out the Labradite Dragon. Labradite Dragon, remember, the Tefnuit is a Hieratic, so when it's tributed, it special summons a dragon, normal dragon type monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Labradite Dragon is just a level 6 tuner, 0 attack dragon. It's really good in this deck because you can bring it back with Debris Dragon as well. So he makes Tefnuit. Tefnuit's effect is you can special summon a dragon monster from your deck, but its attack and defense becomes 0, and Tefnuit cannot attack the turn and use that effect. But it doesn't matter because he's under Soul Charge. He can't attack because of Soul Charge. Now he goes for Photon Strike Bouncer. So yeah, and he's going to XYZ summon with the Title and the Michael. Or does he leave the board up? All right. So he goes for Draco Sack, I think. And he's going to detach Title to get 2 tokens. So yeah, his board is Draco Sack, Tefnuit. And I have no cards. I'm drawing into Sylvan Charity. Photon Strike Bouncer's effect, I believe, it negates a face-up monster effect on the field. It doesn't destroy, though. And you take 1,000. So I put back Miracle Furt, and what was the other one? So 10,000, but here comes Soul Charge. That's what I was digging for. So I'm going to bring back Hermitry, Sage Koya, Spore. Then it's at 39. Looks like I'm going to pay 4k. I'm going to target those 4. And then it's Chains Maxi. So that hurt really bad. This is why Maxi is so broken. Is whenever you have a board and you max your opponent because now I have to deal with this board. If I try to fight out of it, he's gonna draw a bunch of cards. So I think you guys are gonna see here. I actually kind of remember what happened in this game. Uh, so I'm going to draw one card off the Hermit Tree. So the big green tree has an effect. Once per turn, you can excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a plant, it gets excavated. If it's not a plant, it goes to the bottom. Hermit Tree has the same effect, except if it hits a plant, you draw a card. So I actually do have one line where I could potentially beat Dennis, but it's like a highly risky play. So here I'm gonna go for Scrap Dragon to try and bait out the bounce. I have to bait out the bouncer first, otherwise I can't go for game. And remember, I'm under max C, so this is not an easy tree. So the game plan is to go Scrap. I remember this play clearly. I think I should have targeted Scrap Dragon itself. I shouldn't have targeted the Sage Koya. And here, Dennis is like debating on whether it's worth it to negate or not. Because he's going to burn me for 1,000. But I think Dennis knows that I'm trying to bait him. Because I still have Spore in the graveyard. I could banish Sage Koya. But yes, I should have targeted Scrap Dragon itself. You guys will see here in a second. And Dennis is debating on whether he wants to negate it or not. Or let it go through. He's checking my graveyard. Again, Dennis and I are only ones who've won 3 times on the channel with hats so far. But I've played way more than Dennis. He played a lot in the beginning, but recently he's been playing more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And Lorcana, so yeah, he hasn't been showing up as much as he used to. Because I would always try to feature him whenever he shows up. Alright, so he lets it go through. Now, you guys will see here, I had one card in hand. It depends on what I drew. Let's see. What did I draw off of the Hermit Tree? So I still have Spore in the grave. I think if I drew Miracle for, again, this tournament was like almost a week ago, so I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember, I was thinking I should have popped the Scrap Dragon instead of the Sage Koya. So he's gonna draw for Spore. I think my last card, if my last card is Miracle Fur, you guys will see why I should have popped the Scrap Dragon. Oh no, it's Lone Fire. I had normal summon. Okay, yes, this is why. So I should have kept the Sage Koya, popped Scrap Dragon, popped Bouncer, right? Then I go summon Lone Fire, bring out the another Sage Koya, and I go XYZ summon Sage Koya and hope. Now I have to get insanely lucky to win, but I would go Sage Koya, make Aurea. Yes, Sage Koya, make Aurea. Try to bounce back the tokens with Aurea. Hope to hit 2. Now I have to get insanely lucky to win, but I would bounce back both his tokens. Then XYZ summon the level 8 XYZ monster. What's his name? It's the one that burns your opponent during your main phase 1. You detach a material to target a special summon monster, destroy it, and if it's an XYZ monster, they take damage based off in the graveyard. The issue is I can't do it on Dracosack because the tokens are protecting Dracosack. Dracosack's effect is once per turn you can attach a material to special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. While you control any token, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And that was the game plan. But again, I would have to get insanely lucky with the Aurea and hit 2 plants to bounce back both tokens. But that was like my win condition. I just didn't see it until after I had already used Scrap Dragon's effect. But again, I'd have to get insanely lucky, so I just concede. Yep, so Dennis takes that game. I just didn't see the play at the time. But again, I would have to get lucky and hit 2 plants. And who knows? We'll never know if I would have hit 2 plants off the Aurea. Alright, so I'm going first game 2. Start off by Sylvan Charity, draw 3 cards, put 2 back on top of that. Was a long game 1. But I was trying to find. I knew there was a way for me to get game, but it was just too late. Now, had he negated, could I have beaten him had he negated the scrap dragon? Maybe. All right. So here I charity, put back the princess and another charity. Activate the field spell. Field spell effect. Discard Sage Koya to put. What am I gonna put on top? So put the princess on top. So who's going to move on with a round one win? Dennis, or will I pull off the Legacy 2-0? We'll see. Here comes Miracle Fur, targets Sage. He chains DD Crow. So I can still normal summon. The special summon has to go through. That's what my friend Donnell didn't know this, which I was shocked. All right, so I hit 5 cards for Curry Bandit. Add a Light Imprisoning Mirror, and the Hermitry and the Princess will activate. Prince is going to special summon itself. Now, I have to declare the level in the graveyard. And I'm going to rearrange the deck. So, I may rearrange it in a way to where, like, I'm going to excavate during his turn. All right, let's see. Dennis normal summons S said, does he have wing beat? Man, he always draws that dang wing beat. So Dennis went to, again, I mentioned it earlier in the video, he was at YCS Bologna. Yes, he was at YCS Bologna, and what else happened at YCS Bologna? Apparently people asked him to sign some cards. They recognized him from the channel, and I told him, I was like, you should have signed a wing beat. But apparently the guy who asked him didn't have a wing beat. Okay, so Dennis flips Emptiness on the Miracle Furt. Charity puts Sage Koya and Spore back on top. So I set a monster and pass. All right, let's see what else Dennis has got going for him. He's got a few cards in his hand. What's going on? So he knows I have Light Mirror. So now he's going to set a monster and switches Essa to defense mode and face field spell. And the Sage Koya, when it's excavated, you add a Sylvan spell or trap card from your graveyard to your hand. So now I draw. Activate the field spell. Send Spore to put Martial Leaf on top. So I'm gonna try to pop his monster. That way the emptiness will destroy itself. So for those guys who may not know, Vanity's emptiness effect is neither player can special summon, and if a card is sent from your field or deck to the graveyard, it destroys itself. So if I excavate the Martial Leaf, I'll pop a monster, and then the emptiness will destroy itself. So I charity, draw 3 cards, put Martial Leaf and Upstart back on top of the deck. Flip the Mushroom. This one mills the top 5 or excavates the top 5 cards. Oh no. So yeah, all the non-plants go. So I pop the set monster, which I'm reading is Flameveil Guard. That's like the only monster Dennis would set in his deck. There's nothing else he would set. Activate Miracle Furt. Bring back the red tree. And activate the red tree. Excavate Curry Band. And no plants, so it's just goes to the bottom of the deck. What is my other play? Special Summon Spore. So Spore's a level 8. I guess I'll go over Spore. It kind of came out right after Edison. It's not legal in Edison. Spore, you can banish a plant type monster from your graveyard to special summon Spore from the graveyard and increase its level based on the plant monster you banish. So Spore's a level 8. So we know I have Light Mirror. We're at 75 to 8,000. And we go for Felgrand. Set 2. So yeah, Light Mirror and a few other back rows. And let's see, can Dennis do anything? Can he break? It's crazy because I go for Felgrand even though I have Light Mirror, but I'm probably going to use the Felgrand first and then use the Light Mirror. Or in case he has the out to the Light Mirror. So here comes Soul Charge. Chain Emptiness to the Soul Charge. Says a back row. End phase, field spell. Hit nothing off the field spell. Draw for turn. Right, he's a standing field. Can I not finish him off? I mean, I can turn off my emptiness by using the field spell. Yep, I can use the field spell, send the mushroom, stack anything, bring back Hermitry. Oh, I have another Hermitry. I could have used Felgrand's effect as well. But maybe I want to keep the emptiness up. Yeah. Maybe I'd rather keep the emptiness up and just I mean I'm in complete control. So there's no need for me to yeah, I'm like in a good spot. I have emptiness, I have Felgrand, I have Light Mirror. So there's no need for me to turn it off. I could turn it off next turn whenever I do have game. So yeah, you can see here end phase. Now my emptiness is gonna go. So now I'm gonna go for game. Activate Miracle Furt, and Dennis has his own emptiness. That's unfortunate. But he's at 47. He chains emptiness to my Miracle Furt. So I just attack him for 28 and pass. So he's at 19. And he just could see. So we are going to the third game. But this time Dennis is going first. So we'll see how he does. All right. Game 3. Losing round 1 sucks because even a lot of the times when you lose round 1, even if you go X1, you'll get 5th after you'll get 5th because a lot of times if it's top 4, usually 1 X1 doesn't make it. So he's playing Sacred Sword of 7 stars. So that card you can banish a level 7 monster from your hand or from face up from your side of the field. Draw 2 cards. It's really good with the Dragon Rulers because when they get banished, they add a dragon from your deck to your hand with the same attribute. So he swords away his blaster and draws 2 and then searches Flamebell Guard. Now he activates Dragon Shrine, which is basically a foolish for dragons, except you can only activate 1 shrine per turn, but you get an additional foolish if you send a dragon type normal monster, which is really good in the Hieratic deck. So he sends Labradite Dragon and what else is he going to send? Redox. Yep, Labradite and Redox. And now special summons Redox from his graveyard by banishing Labradite and summons Guard, Synchros. Oh, he has the combo. Yep, he's gonna try to win with Spark, Emptiness. I mean, this deck can make this play easily. The Spark, Emptiness. I already know what his back row is. He's going to try to beat me this way. So I summon Curry Bandit. Set 3. End phase. Activate Curry Bandit's effect. So excavate. Okay, at least we hit 1 plant. So I'm going to add one of these spells. Either A, MST, Miracle Furt, or Miracle Furt, Soul Charge, MST, or the field spell. So I chose to add the field spell. All right. So I remember one time Dennis and I played, and I didn't side in MSTs against them, but I learned my lesson. See, this is why you play. I learned my lesson, and I was like, nope, next time we play, I'm a side empty, keep MSTs in against you. So he hits me with Spark Dragon. And oh, okay. So I activate the field spell, use the field spell as effect to send the Hermitry from my hand. Just put what am I gonna put on top? Put Marshall Leaf. So Marshall Leaf will pop the Spark Dragon. Ooh. So here comes Miracle Furt. and target the Hermitry. He's going to chain Emptiness. I'm going to chain MST. He's going to chain Spark Dragon. I'm going to chain Light Imprisoning Mirror. The good news for me is that Spark Dragon is a light monster, so Light Mirror will negate Spark Dragon's effect. He chains Max C, but I put the Mushroom on top, and I'm going to pop his Spark Dragon. And now I'm going to activate Charity, draw 3 cards. So remember, Martial Leaf pops a monster, and Hermitry draws me a card. So I'm in a good spot. I have Light Mirror. I set this up the previous turn. Like, I knew, that's why I grabbed, what did I grab? The Field Spell off Curry Bandit, because I already knew what the game plan was. Like, I knew his back row was Emptiness. I had Light Mirror. I had the MST. So this was my plan, and now I Emptiness him. Oh, I preemptively flipped Emptiness. See, this is why. When you get punished in Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of you guys remember last time, Dennis and I in top 4, I didn't preemptively flip Emptiness, and it cost me the 3rd game. And this time, I was like, nope, I'm going to activate Emptiness right away. I have a Hermitry. You have to deal with my board. You guys can go back and watch the top 4. I think it was the last time Dennis and I faced in top 4. We went to game 3, and I didn't preemptively flip the Emptiness, and he goes, Special Cyber, and then Wing beats me. But this time I was like, nope. I'm going to preemptively flip the Emptiness. If you deal with the Emptiness, fine. I still got Light Mirror. Now I got a little afraid because here he activates that card is basically a Rhoda for Hieratics. And he searches S set, so he can normal summon S set and then Wing beat me right here if he does have it. But he does not have it, so he concedes. So I pull off the Legacy 2-0, moving on with a round 1 win. That was a crazy hand for me. I had the out to his Spark Emptiness, and then I had my own Emptiness. So that's why me personally, I think in the mirror, in like the Soul Charge mirror, I prefer Emptiness and ways to deal with Emptiness versus Maxi. I don't side Maxi against Hieratics because the only deck I really, really like Maxi against is, I would say, the Sylvan Mirror and Infernity. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that match. And check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. Yep, I'll see all you guys next time.